Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new here, I'm Akila, and today I'm joined by my wonderful husband Abdul Malik.
Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about 10 things that we've learned during our marriage of 5 years.
So yes, we haven't been married for 50 years, and yes, we don't have kids, but we have most definitely learned a lot from it just being the two of us for 5 years.
Thank you to the Radisson Group for sponsoring this video.
Yeah, they've put us up in the presidential suite here in Sandton, and it's pretty crazy. But anyways, if you want to hear about some of the things that we've learned that has made our marriage pretty great, keep watching.
So tip number 1 is be silly and fun together. When you get married, you're basically choosing a bestie for life.
So basically, let down your guard, be like kids together, you know, in your activities, in your approach with one another, be silly, and don't let getting older together kill your inner child and your inner youth and that spirit that we have when we're growing up.
So tip number 2 is work on your personal development together.
Whether it is praying together, working out, meditating, if you have a hobby, each and every single one of us should in any case be working on ourselves to become better individuals. But it's even better when you have your partner to share it with. Tip number 3, my favorite, take trips together.
Sometimes all you need is a change of scenery and to get away from your own responsibilities so that the two of you can reconnect with one another.
And it doesn't even have to be far away. For example, we love to take staycations in our own city.
Everyone feels way more in love when they've had the time to relax and enjoy each other's company.
Tip number 4, prioritize talking. The majority of couples actually spend most of their time apart because they are at work. So you have to make a point to actually talk about the things that really matter.
Set aside some time where you can check in on one another and see how they are progressing in their goals, and to check in on what their mental health state is in.
Exactly. And also, don't listen to respond, listen to understand.
Don't also just assume that your partner is a mind reader and that they should just know what is happening in your life. Tip number 5, don't put yourself before your partner's expressions. When you're talking about a sensitive topic, take a moment to separate your emotions from the situation.
Acknowledge that your partner is an individual with their own emotions, their own needs, their own opinions before they are your spouse.
For example, some parents use the I am your friend approach with their teenagers.
Yeah, and basically what that does is it creates a safe environment, it creates an open, non-judgmental environment for them to express themselves, and also for you to come up with a solution together. You can apply that to your marriage or basically any relationship in your life. Then tip number 6, love in your own lane. There will always be couples who have more than you have, and we are all always going to want nicer and better things. But the great thing is you have your entire life and your entire marriage to achieve those things together. There is no rush to have it all at once.
So manage your expectations and set goals as a couple, and checking in on the progress of your relationship does wonders. Don't ever compare your relationship to anyone else's because you don't actually know what happens behind closed doors.
Then tip number 7, romance has many faces. It doesn't always come in Instagram format. It doesn't come all the time in the form of 100 red roses. And sometimes you actually have to ask for it, and that's okay too. I mean, we're not living in the movies, people.
It's also important to find the romance in the little things that your partner does for you, even if it's making you a simple cup of tea. One thing that we've implemented in our marriage is always trying to make each other feel like they are a big deal.
Each other's biggest hype man.
Tip number 8, don't tell everyone your problems. If you're having a serious problem, by all means seek advice from somebody you trust, like a parent, a therapist, or a religious leader. But when it comes to your personal things like petty arguments, your finances, and what happens in your bedroom, keep those things to yourself or in your marriage.
Because you know what happens when you go and you tell somebody. At some point, they're going to come back and they're going to throw that in your face, or they are going to tell somebody else. Even if it's just their partner, you may not be comfortable with that. Another thing, most likely when you went and you told the story, you went and glorified yourself. You said all the horrible things that your partner did, and you left out the hurtful things that you may have said. Then when everything has blown over and you guys are in love, they still think that your partner is a douchebag and they think that you are stupid for staying with them. Even if your friends say they won't judge you, I promise you, a part of them still will. It's very rare that you actually find those people that are completely impartial and can remove themselves from the situation.
So the bottom line is, protect and honor your partner.
At all costs.
At all costs.
Then tip number 9, know that when you marry somebody, you marry their entire family. For this reason, it is both necessary and healthy to set boundaries. At the same time though, know that some of their family responsibilities may at times become your responsibility too. What it comes down to is awareness of that reality and finding the balance between the two.
Know when boundaries are being crossed. For example, when your family tries to get involved in your marriage, this is not okay because it could cause unnecessary strain on your relationship. Also know when to be a team player. Like we said before, their family becomes your family too. For our last and final tip, it's one hell of an adjustment living together. So be kind to each other, especially if you didn't live on your own or together before. Know that your whole life changes. 1 minute you're in your parents' home, maybe everything gets done for you in a certain way.
And then the next day, there's suddenly this person sleeping in your bed with weird sleeping habits. You've got a household to run. You've got a whole lot of responsibilities and you may have different preferences as to how you want to get that done. And there are suddenly bills that weren't there before.
Our biggest argument in the beginning were based on cleaning habits. Akila's not gross, but she is a little messy. And I prefer organization and a Pinterest clean home. I don't think a lot of people talk enough about how big of an adjustment and how overwhelming it can be in the beginning of your marriage.
So Abdul Malik and I both lived on our own before we got married, obviously not together, but even so it was still a massive adjustment and a lot to take in. So again, be conscious of the fact that it is a major growth phase that you are going through. Be open to learning from each other, be patient and kind with both yourself and each other so that you can still enjoy and take in those really special early days. So that is it from us for today, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. We hope that you learned something. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Let us know in the comment section what was your favorite tip, what resonated with you the most. Do you have any tips for a healthy and happy marriage? We would love to hear from you. And yeah, if there is anything else that you guys want to see, fashion, beauty, travel related, or if you want to see more marriage stuff, let us know in the comment section as well, and we will see what we can do for you in one of our upcoming videos. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks for being married to me.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.